Most of people are vaccinated and or boosted. So why are COVID cases rising again? Because you can still get infected even though you are vaccinated. I haven't seen it mentioned yet, but COVID also mutates into new versions of itself. That's why you hear about Alpha, Beta, Delta, and Omicron, which is why new boosters come out also. There's also a ton of people not vaccinated or partially vaccinated. I live in a state where a lot of people refused or were scared to vaccinate because of how rushed it was. The vaccine lessens symptoms, but you can still get infected and spread it. Vaccination does not prevent infection. It prevents severe disease. The main question should be, how are we 3 years in and people are still asking this question? Many people don't have boosters and are a year and a half out from getting their shots. Plus the virus has mutated a lot. We've never cured the flu, we may never cure COVID. I'm vaccinated and boosted and whatnot and have caught it twice this year. Vaccination isn't about not catching it anymore, it's about lessening the symptoms and making it less dangerous. The vaccine is not a magical shield. It teaches your body how to fight the virus before you encounter it, so it already knows what to do. And it's not overwhelmed by a surprise attack. So instead of dying of suffocation after 2 weeks of agony, you stay 3 days in bed and get back up. It's winter in the northern hemisphere, so people are staying close together inside. And the current vaccines actually aren't that effective at preventing mild infections that still count towards the total. Most COVID vaccines only provide about 90%-95% relative risk reduction from contracting COVID, so it's not 100% guaranteed to prevent you from catching the virus as per studies that have been done. Here's the Pfizer one. https www.name.org/doi/full/10.1056/nejmoa2034577. That being said, I'm a biomedical engineer and it's frustrating when people make claims that simply aren't true. I.e. 100% efficacy and 0% rate of occurrence of adverse incidents. It's like when the sales guy sells a customer on a product or feature, then comes to the engineers. And we're like, you told them what? You moron. The vaccine prevents infection and reduces symptoms if you still catch it. It's not a miracle. Winter causes people to do indoor activities. Also, people are not keeping up with their boosters. The vaccine prevents hospitalization, death, not infection. Masks and distance prevents infection. How many unmasked people you see around? The virus keeps evolving, so the version going around is somewhat different from the one we're all vaccinated against also. In the winter, people spend less time outside, where respiratory viruses don't spread as much, and more time inside, where they cough all over each other. The jab reduces severity and length of symptoms, you can still catch and spread it. That's how you know the vaccine is effective. Hospitals were slammed and folks were dropping like flies. Now folks are catching it and suffering, but not as many need to be hospitalized. Check our R. Herman Cain Award. 1. Viruses mutate. The current strand is different from the one a year ago. 2. Most vaccines last for a certain amount of time before they start losing efficiency and you have to get vaccinated again, and that time should be about now for most people. Think of it in the same way that a flu shot works. Would be cool if COVID vaccines lasted indefinitely, but unfortunately it looks like we'll just need to add them to the list of seasonal shots. On the bright side, I'm pretty sure that this strain is less lethal than the first one. So that's something. No vaccine can 100% stop any virus. Our vaccines were rolled out mid-global pandemic. You're not going to stop that in its tracks. It will take years of boosters, infections, die-offs, and mutations before we're in a post-COVID world, if we ever are. Viruses mutate. Vaccines aren't 100%. Vaccine rates aren't as high as you'd think and are clustered. We don't have a universal 70% vaccination rate. We have pockets where hardly anyone is vaccinated, which exacerbates the mutation issue. Tons of people are not vaccinated with the latest bivalent booster, the best one to protect against the current version of the virus. Only 13% of eligible people in the US had that booster in data from earlier in the month. And no one is wearing masks.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.